Hey guys, it's your boy from the BTC, and oh boy, it's been a while. I know our videos haven't been coming out at a consistent pace like I had promised many times. I mean, is it my fault though? I couldn't edit for a month and a half because Redacted was too busy doing his video, and while yes, it turned out good, but guess what? I have no time to edit now, and he expects me to finish my video in a week? And why I haven't uploaded it in... It's because it was Christmas.
Just a week away.
But anyway, what matters is that I'm making a review now, and well, let's get into this figure. And who is he, you might ask?
Wait till you see the... No. Ah, look at the top of his head.
I mean, at least I know him from Smash. To answer the mind-boggling question of who this guy was, I looked it up. He's from the hit 1993 game Virtua Fighter, released by Sega. Yes, I'm talking about Sega, the wonderful minds behind the hit game Shaq Fu. Ooh. Virtua Fighter was also known as the first 3D fighting game, which is why the character is so blocky. But you know what? I really like that design choice for this figure. So let's get into this figure's details. Painting wise, this figure doesn't really have much, but that's not the point of the figure, is it? The point of the figure is mostly the molding, where it has that blocky kind of feel, just like Mario 64, Ocarina of Time, Metal Gear Solid. It's just got that really cool feel, and I think they really captured the video game appearance to his real-life counterpart here. But the painting that is here is really good. For example, the painting on his armband is super clean and not splotchy at all, as well as the paint apps on his belt and the paint applications on his mouth. So overall, this character's painting and sculpting is really good, and they really did what was best for this character. Anyway, now that we're done talking about the painting and the sculpting, let's get into the accessories. And if I'm being honest, Akira doesn't really have much accessories. The only real accessories this figure has are a rack of hands, and in this rack of hands it includes 2 karate chop hands, 2 relaxed open hands, 2 sorta cupped hands, 2 grabby hands with nothing to grab since this figure doesn't really come with any swords or guns or whatever, and finally the 2 fists which came on him in the box. So overall, he's got like the basic rack of hands that all Figma figures come with, except obviously sculpted in his style. And the hand selection here is pretty good. As for his other accessories, he comes with this head. And yes, this is the coolest accessory he comes with because it's another emotion. Other than that, he comes with his nice Figma stand, as all Figma figures do. And it works like any other Figma stand where it's got a hinge joint, as well as a swivel up on top. Now that's a lot of hinge joints. But anyway, now that we've covered the accessories, there's only one thing left to cover. And you know what that is? The articulation. Now let's get into it. Ball joint at the base of the neck. You can also extend it to allow for extra viewing positions. Arm can move out about that far. Ball joint at the arm. Nice and spicy bend. Swivel at the elbow. And up and down, but it can also go side to side. Ball joint right here. Ball joint right here. Ball joint in the leg. Akira can kick up about this far and kick back about this far. Nice and tight bend at the knee, up and down at the foot, as well as a nice pivot. Supposability on this guy is really good. It's just your standard Figma articulation with a little more articulation in the waist and with no toe bend. Well, if you don't notice something wrong about Akira, it's probably because you weren't paying attention to the figure too close. But if we take a look back, you see the difference? Yeah, well, the belt came off. I don't think it's supposed to, but it just popped off. The good thing is I can just pop it back in, and if I truly wanted to keep it still, I can super glue it. But that's not the only inconvenience that came with this figure as well, though, that I have to mention. The figure came in 2 when I bought him, which sucks. Just apply heat to both areas using a hairdryer and just soften up the plastic so both of them can connect. Just be careful, you don't want to break your figure. So, in my final thoughts, I'm gonna give this figure a 4 out of 5. It really is a perfectly executed figure. If you are a fan of Virtua Fighter, I think this figure is gonna be awesome for you. It's such a unique figure, really, and while I have no interest in Virtua Fighter whatsoever, I think it looks really dope. It looks great on a shelf. So the bit of issues at the end with the whole it coming apart is a bit of an issue, but nothing too bad that can't be fixed. So I do think it's a really good figure and it's worth a buy if you like Virtua Fighter. Thank you guys for watching one more time, and remember that if you don't subscribe, you'll end up like the toys in my basement.